Tonight, everyone is talking about freedom of speech and intolerance again, not for the conversation we were just having, but because Naseeruddin Shah has shared his views, his fear and feeling of anger over how he sees the current state of affairs in our country. And as we just spoke about freedom of speech for Abhijit Iyer and for Kishore Chandra Vankem, why not Naseeruddin Shah? Does he not have the right to express his opinion without being attacked, without being questioned for his patriotism, without being trolled for it? Now, for those of you who may have missed this, Naseeruddin Shah, the actor, while referring to the Bulandshahr case, said that the poison has spread, that cows are being given more importance than humans. For some reason, that seems to have upset a few in the BJP. Well, I just read an open letter this evening by a BJP MLA that said, "You see deaths of 2 humans, not of 21 cows." Repeatedly, we've brought to you what the comments and priorities of UP police and the government have been in the Bulandshahr case. But that's not the point of discussion tonight. The point of discussion is the Naseeruddin Shah's comment and his right to express his opinion without the whole country outraging about it. That's it. That was his comment. Sara Shah Aleem, niece of Naseeruddin Shah, also an activist herself, is joining us this evening. Sangeet Kumar Ragi, a political analyst. Javed Ansari, a senior journalist. But I'm going to first go across to Mr. O.P. Mishra of the BJP and ask him, Mr. Mishra, there are a lot of people in your party who seem to be very upset with what Naseeruddin Shah is saying. Why is that?
Yeah, see, it's looked like to be a political statement from a political leader rather than an actor or a Bollywood actor for whom the people of India has immense respect. So he is losing all his respect now. It's giving a political statement rather than he's a brand ambassador of a cultural thing. So what we expect from a person when he's signing a petition for a terrorist for his mercy, and he is the same people who has spread the rumors and spread the bad things about India and the word intolerance and the award wapsi. He is a part of the same group. So he is the...
Yes.
Like, this is a very low statement what given by him. It seems to be a political statement.
In the year 2018, there have been...
He's an actor.
In the year 2018,
Yes.
Mr. Mishra, there have been 21 incidents with 41 victims of violence, largely communal violence. And in 60% of these cases, those who died were of a specific community. In the year 2017, the number was higher, 37 incidents, 152 victims of this violence, 11 of whom died. There has been a constant rise in the last 4 years when you speak about communal lynching cases. So, if Mr. Shah has an opinion, why does that upset you so much about this? Statistics are there for everybody to see.
No, he has every right to have his opinion. But how do we agree about his opinion? He might have his opinion. We have seen.
Do you agree or do you not agree? Do you agree or do you not agree that in the Bulandshahr case, a cop was murdered, but we've not found and arrested the key accused, whereas we've used all our might and power to arrest those who were allegedly involved in this cow slaughter case, and that shows a difference in priorities?
27 people have been named in the FIR. Most of them
No, most of them have not been arrested. The key accused have not been arrested.
And a person from army had also been arrested. Now the police of UP have taken every possible action about that, and our chief minister has already told that there is a conspiracy behind that Bulandshahr incident. We have already cleared about
Conspiracy that you've
our
not been
stand
able to
there.
solve for 20 days,
So
but are
there-
very
so there
confident
was a
that there is a conspiracy. I like that. Saira Shah Halim,
Yes,
is it
people have
so
been,
difficult in our country today to express
person
your
have been
opinion,
arrested.
to express your anger or disappointment or even your fear? Or is it only for certain people that they have to think twice before speaking? Mr. Mishra, I'll come back to you. Please stay with us. Saira.
Thanks, Tanvi. Firstly, my uncle is a public person. He's my father's younger brother. And he's well within his right as a citizen of the country to espouse his views. He's not named any political party. He's not named any political person. And he simply expresses concern about the complete breakdown of our law and infrastructure in the country. And what's wrong with that? I'm really surprised that the BJP spokesperson here are indulging in whataboutery instead of actually tackling the law and order crisis in the country. I mean, it's a complete indicator that there's a constitutional breakdown of our value system that have been enshrined in a book that we worship, that is the Constitution. And here, none of us wear religiosity on our sleeves. My uncle is an agnostic, and what's wrong in expressing that tomorrow my children might get a mob lynch? I think it's a valid concern concerning the atmosphere that is prevalent in the country. When the vanguards of our safety and security, a policeman is not spared, then what security does an ordinary citizen on the road have if his name is an indicator of his immediate identity? So I think it's an appalling sign of the times, and we must pay cognizance. And I think he's done a brilliant thing by talking about it, because at least he's opening a debate. I feel public opinion is necessary on the subject. The kind of thuggery and brazen gundaism that is prevalent, that actually gives complete impunity to mob violence, is being perpetuated, and this is being legitimized if the government of the day and a sitting CM stays silent or looks the other way. So this emboldens thugs and goons, and it doesn't put them into check. So I think he's done a wonderful thing by being a public person, by putting his career at stake to even address such an important issue. And I feel more people in the spotlight need to come out and speak.
In fact, Saira, I think a good part of that interview, and I sat and watched the rest of it as well, apart from what's only being played up, he speaks about how he's raised his kids. And he speaks about how, as parents, they never really went into religion and taught their children specifically to follow one religion or the other, which is when he says that, I fear that tomorrow if they are caught in some kind of a mob and they are asked, what is your religion, they might not know how to deal with that question. But such is the environment today that that's the conversation everybody seems to be having. Sangeet Kumar Ragi, do you think a comment like this, which was more about his personal experience and his family, is now being blown out of proportion just because he is Naseeruddin Shah?
Look, it is not only out of proportion, it is not only disproportionate, but it's completely biased and selective in outburst, which is very much a part of the political narrative that is going to be manufactured in times to come in order to malign the image of the BJP and BJP government at the center. I'm surprised when there is a political cannibalism on daily basis in Kerala by the left government against the RSS workers and other political ideologies. Naseeruddin Shah doesn't speak. Naseeruddin Shah doesn't speak when the Hindus are killed in Kashmir. They are thrown out of from their
So kindly
homeland.
don't make it a communal issue.
He doesn't speak. When there is a mass violence in just a moment, please hold on. No, I'm not making it because he is a part of the political narrative. That is why I am making this comment. Every time there is an election season, you will find that such kind of narratives coming from the left liberal intelligentsia tumbles out against the BJP government. Think about the Gujarat election. Think about Delhi election. Think about Karnataka election.
Even if I
Bihar
take your
election.
argument,
every time there is an election round the corner, you will be finding that
so Mr. Ragi,
BJP
even if you
is
take your
anti-Dalit, anti-minority, anti-church, this kind.
Mr. Ragi, even if I
This
take
kind
your
of
argument
narrative
that people,
is a
this
part of the
so-called left
political-
intelligentsia is timing
Political
their
campaign
comments.
against the BJP.
I get your point. And
So-
even if I take your point, now listen to me please, that they're timing these comments to election time from 2014 to the state elections to now. What's wrong in anybody having a political opinion or wanting to make a point before elections? What is wrong? Can you and I and everybody else, every citizen not have a political
and Tanvi,
view?
if I'd like to just chip in, Tanvi, if you'll allow me to
No,
say something.
you are right.
Yes, I'll come to you, Saira, in just a
You are
minute.
right. You are right.
Yeah.
You are right. You are right.
So he
Please,
can have that
just
opinion.
a moment. Hold on. You are right. Yeah, you are right. Everybody in this country has or is entitled to have his opinion.
Right.
But others who are making comments against his opinion is also entitled to have the opinion.
Yes,
So
but
if
does that need
somebody
to be
is
full of bile?
critical that he is biased, then he is not objective. No, listen. The way Naseeruddin Shah is entitled to hold his opinion just on the basis of isolated incident, some of the isolated incidents, ignoring the mass killings at different levels during different regime, and he is having a selective amnesia on those issues.
Okay, Mr.
then
Mishra,
everybody
Mr.
is
Mishra,
also
I will
entitled
come to
hold
you.
his opinion
Okay,
against
I
him
get your
also.
point, Mr. Ragi, because we are also, it's a shorter debate. I'm going to move quickly across the panel. So, Saira, hold on to your thought very quickly. I just want to go across to Javed Ansari. He had a couple of points to make as well. Javed Ansari, the other big point here is that when you may take a stand or share an opinion or make a statement, there will always be somebody who turns around and says, selective stand, selective expression. Why didn't you speak up then, and why didn't you speak up then?
Tanvi, I'm really appalled at this kind of outrage over a statement made by Mr. Naseeruddin Shah. He hasn't blamed any government. He hasn't blamed any particular community. In fact, I was just reading what he has to say about Muslims. He's urging them not to, at a different point of time, not to suffer from a persecution complex. He's come out. I can recount half a dozen times when he's come out against Muslim clergy, against obscurantism and conservatism and fundamentalism amongst Muslims, to accuse Naseeruddin Shah of being a part of a conspiracy. What is his crime? He's just given vent, expressed feelings which a lot of right thinking people feel the way people feel in this country. There are Hindus who feel the same way. There are Muslims who feel the same way. There are Christians who feel the same way. A lot of right-thinking people feel this way. There is growing intolerance, but he hasn't blamed a particular community or a particular party for it. The fact is that there is a lot of, the very fact that we are outraged by something, by an innocuous statement that he's made, shows the fact that we are becoming increasingly intolerant. He hasn't blamed any community.
So,
He's
Saira
the last person who can,
And, Tanvi, if I
his
can
children.
just add one thing, please.
No.
Tanvi, Saira, if I can
I
just
want to
the
add
point
one
is,
thing. I just want to
he
add
is
one
expressing
thing.
his fear.
That
His
the
children
way-
don't.
the
his
way-
children
No,
don't-
I
his
want-
children
the way
are atheists.
I
He's
just-
atheist, he doesn't.
I just want to
Okay,
respond
one
Sara.
minute,
What
one minute,
she had
everyone.
told here.
Let's quickly
just
get
let
this in order, and everybody gets to make
Boss,
a point.
I heard each one of you.
Yes, Mr. Ansari, finish
I
your
heard-
point, please.
Mr.
Please,
Shah
please,
is a
please,
confirmed
just 10
agnostic.
seconds, just 10 seconds.
His children
What I
have
mean
not
to
been
say,
brought up in any
what
particular
Naseeruddin
religion.
Shah
He
is
fears
saying
that if he is
is
caught on the
just
right
Sangeet
response,
Kumar Ragi, hang on a
whichever
minute, please.
denomination
It's not
it could
based on
be,
the facts.
his children will cop it from both sides.
Yes.
I mean,
No,
what
just
can be
see-
more,
Exactly.
look-
Fair
look
point,
at his-
Mr.
look at his
Ansari.
problem.
That's the point that I
Look
was
at his
also
problem.
alluding to. Yes, exactly the point that I was speaking about. Saira wanted to come in. Go ahead, please.
Tanvi, the fact that he's being demonized by the right wing further perpetuates the theory that anybody who's speaking up, against a wrong and this supremacist ideology would get witch hunted and would be shamed. The rhetoric now is to go to Pakistan just because you're expressing an opinion. He's an opinion and he's an intellectual, and as a law-abiding citizen of the country, he's well within his right to express concern about the, whatever is happening in the country.
Right.
And,
Now,
my panelists who are accusing him of selective outrage, I'd like to ask them how many of them have actually condemned incidents of crimes in Uttar Pradesh. Did you condemn when the policeman got lynched to death? Did you condemn the death of
Yes, Sarah, we have condemned, and everybody has condemned.
everybody is talking.
Everybody has condemned the incidents.
Everybody is talking and I can't understand
Everybody
anything.
has condemned the incidents of
Okay.
Are you ensuring that Zakia Jafri gets justice? Are you ensuring that Zakia... Kindly do not make it political, because he was simply...
same day.
He's not named any political party, and I think he's a citizen of India. He's well within his right to talk about any concern.
Okay. O.P. Mishra.
Safely to their home.
Yes, Mr. O.P. Mishra. Naseeruddin Shah has often spoken about even what goes on within the religion of Islam. Why is it that you are only outraging now about his comments?
Absolutely.
I just want to tell Sarah what happened in Bulandshahr. I can
read out to you what he said. He said about the Muslim Balaji.
I need to laud his courage that he's actually sitting on the fence, and he's been quoted.
I know this is a very emotive issue, but I'm going to request everybody. We are just 5 of us. Let's have some decorum. This is not one of those channels where we all yell at each other on top of each other's voice, please. Yes. Now, 30 seconds to Javed Ansari to read out that quote, and then Sangeet Kumar Ragi can respond to him because he made the allegation of selective outrage. Mr. Ansari, please tell us what is it that you wanted to read.
Look, I'm just reading a statement. I'm quoting Naseer. Muslims and Hindus both today need to start speaking for themselves and not buy into harangues of narrow-minded bigots and self-appointed spokesmen who condemn yoga as anti-Islamic. This is what he has to say to the Muslims and about Muslim obscurantists. He's not a spokesman for any community or any religion. He's an ordinary peace-loving citizen. He's concerned about the welfare of his children, of what he's leaving behind. Like all of us, like all right-thinking people.
I think
attribute communal motives to it, to attribute.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yes,
this
my apologies
nothing can be more outrageous
to
than
the
this.
other panelists, because I will not be able to come to you. So I'm going to thank all of you, Sangeet Kumar Ragi, especially to you. Sorry, I can't come back to you. But I think what Javed Ansari has just read out there is perhaps a good note to also end this debate on. His message was to bigots. His message was to the haters. And to say that we all need to understand that those are the people who must be acted against. He was speaking about his own personal experiences. He was speaking about what he has taught to his own children and what he fears for his children, which I think is a right that everybody in this country has, without us having to sit here and see it through the prism of politics and communalism every single time. There are a lot many more important issues in our country that at least our politicians and our ministers should focus on. Maybe they can begin by arresting the man who murdered SHO Subodh Kumar in Bulandshahr. Thank you for joining us on this show.